You cannot be a good military planner without studying the enemy. Similarly, you cannot be a good civilian or life planner without knowing your enemy. Sometimes the enemy is a physical person, or movement, a state, or a non-state actor. Sometimes the enemy is your business competition, and sometimes the enemy is yourself. Self-sabotage happens more often than you think, and is usually the result of lying to yourself, listening to the wrong advisors, not having any discipline, or having an attitude and feeling entitled. I'll call this having an ego. Let's take a minute to discuss your ego and how it is holding you back from a higher level of performance. When talking about the ego, I don't want to go down any psychobabble rabbit holes. I'm going to describe ego as your idea or opinion of yourself, especially your feeling of your own importance and ability. I always think it's important to have a good opinion of yourself. I'll call this confidence, but competence must always come before confidence, and confidence must always be rooted in the truth. The problem is that the people I see with big egos are not grounded in competence, and for sure their overinflated self-opinion is not based on the truth. They have an overinflated ego or self-importance that has no foundation, and more often than not they are covering up for incompetence or insecurity. The special operations community has some of the most capable and impressive men in the world, and while there is an abundance of confidence, there is surprisingly an absence of ego. I'm convinced that this is because no matter how awesome you are, there is always someone better, smarter, faster, stronger. For example, I always thought I was pretty smart, but my senior medic had a photographic memory and he made all of us look dumb. I was and still am a great shot with a pistol and a rifle, but my senior Bravo was the best marksman I ever met. He always outshot everyone on the team, and his sniper skills were incredibly useful downrange. I remember the new Command Sergeant Major visiting my team while we were deployed to Panama. He was almost 50 years old and transferred over from JSOC for his last year before retirement. During our PT session, I told our scuba team that we were going to run him into the ground. But as it turned out, he crushed us. I remember finishing our 5-mile run over a minute behind him. As I was grasping for air, I still remember him busting me out. "I thought scuba teams were supposed to be in great shape." The wise man is always happy to learn something new. The knucklehead with the ego already knows it all. The humble man might be great at jiu-jitsu, but he knows that there is always room for improvement, and that eventually he will be replaced by the next generation. The man with the ego gets pouty-mouty and quits going to jiu-jitsu the second one of the younger students taps him out. No matter how awesome you are, there is always someone better. So get over yourself and work from a position of confidence and security, not ego and insecurity. If your self-opinion is so fragile that you can never humbly admit that someone is better at something than you, your ego problem is going to hurt you. Yes, there is clearly a difference between an expert and a beginner, the smart and the dumb, the person making good decisions and the person making bad decisions. I always recommend setting boundaries with knuckleheads and trying to surround yourself with like-minded and humble people. But if you have an ego problem, then I recommend that you check yourself before you wreck yourself. You're not as awesome as you think, and I bet I won't have to look very far to find someone smarter, stronger, faster, or better. If you are interested in learning more about having a champion mindset, then click on one of the links in the video description to learn more about the Special Operations Mindset. Download the ebook from the lifeisaspecialoperation.com website. Buy the paperback from any bookstore or Amazon. Listen to the audiobook, or take the course with over 5 hours of original content. I hope that you have learned something new and are more capable of keeping your ego in check. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to join our Life as a Special Operations team. and to forward this video to a friend who needs to see this. Life is a special operation. Are you ready for it?